Joining me with more is US Bureau Chief Nirmal Ghosh, who's currently in Singapore. Nirmal, we've seen protests in St. Petersburg. There are others across Russia. Do you think Mr. Putin is watching these protests with concern? If it's an anti-war sentiment on the ground, would it be enough to make the president think twice about pressing on with invasion?
Vladimir Putin's approvals have always been quite high, and now they might even be higher. Back in December, according to the Russian polling agency Levada Center, something like 69% approved of Putin. And Levada Center is quite widely respected by Russian scholars, by Russia scholars. The Russian public largely believes that Putin is defending Russia by standing up to the West. Putin is charismatic. He has cultivated a strongman image, and Russians like that. Now, that doesn't mean Russians want war. According to the same agency, which is really all we have to go on. But again, it is widely respected. As of December, more than 80% of Russians actually reported positive views of Ukrainians. 51% said Russia and Ukraine should be independent and on friendly terms. The broader context is important. The popular narrative is that Russia is a fortress under siege from the West. Half of Russians blame the current crisis on the US and NATO. Just 4% believe Russia is responsible. Back in 2015, after Putin forcibly annexed Crimea, his approval ratings reached an all-time high of 89%. So yes, Putin is popular, and this campaign is popular while there is no particular animosity towards Ukrainians as such. Now, certainly, as you said, there are pockets of dissatisfaction, but so far only small and easily dispersed, easily contained. But how the war progresses, how many people are killed, what happens to the economy, these are the issues to watch going forward, and they will determine the direction of this.
Nirmal, let's talk about the sanctions. Now that we have a clearer idea about the sanctions imposed by the EU and other countries, would they hit, now to use your words yesterday when we spoke, Putin's cronies hard enough?
Yes and no. They are considerably more focused, but to inflict real damage, individual investments have to be identified. Russian oligarchs have assets all over the West. They have condos and cars in Florida, in Europe. They fly over and shop at Harrods in London. They send their children to the West to study at the best universities. So what we have now, if we take the UK as an example, the latest sanctions will hit more than 100 individuals and entities, including two major Russian defense companies, Rostec and United Aircraft Corporation. The UK named 5 oligarchs associated with these firms and close to Putin, who will in effect be persona non grata. Also, the government has banned Aeroflot planes from landing in the UK. So the US and the UK and allies have in effect blocked all 10 of Russia's largest financial institutions, cut off more than half of Russia's high-tech imports, restricted Russia's access to tech inputs. Basically, this is designed to make this invasion a strategic disaster, even if it is a tactical success in the short term. All this will hit them, but it still takes time for these measures to really hit them deep, not quick enough to stop what is happening now, because Putin is committed and cannot appear to cave because of sanctions. They will have a real effect, but it will take time.